what you get with these people in rank, they're purposefully playing to try to make it seem they're not fully hacking, even though it's still very obvious. And those are the smart ones who like try to play it off. And then you call them out and they're like, dude, just get good. I'm not hacking. I'm like, bro, trust me. I know if I'm getting cooked because I'm just bad. Dude, I've been doing it long enough. It's pretty obvious. You can tell if someone's hacking or not. Or you're like, wow, I'm just getting slammed. You know, like this guy's really good. I have this like weird vision, but I just have this feeling like seeing Simp be up there and he wins his third ring. I think if FaZe ends up winning COD Champs, Simp and BZ for sure, they're solidified as the greatest duo ever.
Welcome everyone to episode 179 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Doing okay.
Yeah. Me too.
I'll tell you about my problem for today. We've just been talking for a long time. We'll get into your issues. But
yeah.
This is my pathetically small issue that I had. I was about this. So obviously I'm in a different place. I'm at my brother's. And I had to go get a haircut today, and I was like, okay. I think it's about from here. It's in Nashua. It's about 35, 40 minutes. I left here so that when I got there, I would have been a half hour early. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave here at like 3:30 or like 3:20. And it was supposed to be at 4:30. Bro, the amount of traffic. And there was some insane crash that I didn't get to see, by the way. Because by the time I got there, they cleaned it up and whatever. Like they were all gone. Bro, I missed it. I missed it completely. I missed it by like 20 minutes. I called them up and I was like, hey, is this person going to be available? Like I'm probably going to be like 10, 15 minutes late. I'm like, can you still do it or should I reschedule? And they're like, no, she's not going to wait. So I was like, okay, me. So, dude. This road, I can't remember what it is. I think it's 95 or it's 95 or 495, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go on that road, it is just insane traffic. And then also too, I was
probably
running
95.
Fucking
95.
And I was running out of gas. Like, bro, this was like I was like right there. Like and I didn't have the AC on because I'm like, oh, dude, if I have the AC, it's going to start using gas. And I'm like, I might just flatline on this high. So my inside temp, it says like 103. I'm just sitting in my car, just like tweaking about this. I'm like, I just fucking missed this. I've been in this car for like, I don't even know, like over an hour trying to get here. And then I made it to work like with 10 minutes to spare. I was like, dude, I was going to be at work. This would have been no problem. But that was my day. I was about it.
Yeah.
Fucking pissed me off. I'm cranky too because the heat. It's horrendous. But I haven't been doing as much in the heat as you have, bro. I mean, you've been having a tough day.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of.
I mean, my house doesn't have central air, which sucks. So right now, like I have a fan on me. Hopefully, like they can't hear it, but
no.
Obviously, I'm in a different location. I'm at my house in my dining room on the folding table.
I think this is the first time that the COD Casuals have been in two different areas that are new locations.
Yeah. Nomads.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you're like, I'm in Azerbaijan right now. I'm like, I'm in a sleeper cell home right now.
Yeah,
we're in totally different spots.
So it's just been like muggy and just so humid like up here in the Northeast, and it just sucks. Like I had to put the AC like window units in, and they're not big enough to where they can like cool down the whole floor.
Yeah.
So I have to get another one, but it's not within the budget right now to get another one. So I got to deal with the fan right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So it's frustrating. And then I just like vented you about like I have to get a car at some point because my car is given out soon.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
And dude, we were talking about this, and this is very true. Dude, when the hell did cars all of a sudden become so expensive?
It's COVID, the vid, man. It ruined everything.
I think so, dude. This
also,
is a result of it.
Dealerships. Sorry if you work at a dealership, go do what you got to do, but man, fuck them.
Yeah.
Also, slightly cranky because I haven't eaten and I'm hungry. I'm so hungry, man. Like, dude, I haven't eaten since 12 o'clock.
Oh, Jesus
Starving.
Christ. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
Gonna
yeah,
have to
no,
do a Wendy's run, bro.
I don't even think the closest thing to me is like a Burger King. I mean,
No.
that'll do. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
it's the lesser of the 3, but it'll do.
I'll do it. Yeah. Um, yeah, dude, dealerships are such a scam, man. I
Bro,
hate
it's crazy.
dealerships, and I'm not looking forward to going and talking to someone. I'm gonna walk around and like I've already told you before my hatred towards like sales associates.
Right.
Nothing against like them. I understand they're doing their job, but specifically Best Buy, yo, like I get
Pop
it.
off.
You're supposed to like help me out, but if I need help, I'm gonna ask a question. I hate walking into Best Buy immediately. Need any help, sir? I'm like, I just walked in. What
You
if
know,
I'm just window shopping?
I think the problem is that they probably know that most people are too scared to ask questions, or to
Yeah.
like they feel insecure about it. So they just jump on them. But then they just generalize. And there's people like you and me where I'm like, if I don't understand something or I need help with something, I will ask you, you
Yeah,
know?
but that is true. My counter is like use some context clues.
I would say
Like, you
that
know what I
too.
mean? Like if someone's standing there for 10 minutes, 10 minutes is a long
Yeah.
time, but like and they're just looking back and forth, and then yeah, go and like ask. But
Yeah.
if I just walked right in, right, and I can feel your glare, like don't stare first of all. Like stare is just rude in general, and you're just staring at me. Like I
I
don't
think,
want you to come
dude,
talk to me.
it's like, because I totally agree with you on this, but I think it's like part of it too. It's a social thing. Like some of those people have bad social skills, like being able to do that. And then to what you were saying too, they don't read people, you know,
Yeah.
because like in retail, like there's times where they'll be like, "Do you want to?" Or they're like, "Do you have a email with us? Or do you have a rewards member with us?" You know, and if you say it a certain way, you're like, "No."
They don't
Then
say
they
anything.
won't ask you again,
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, "Do you wanna sign up for it?" But if you're over here like, "Do you have rewards?" "Oh, a rewards program? No, I don't." Then they might be like, "Oh, what do you wanna sign up and you got all this?" It's like if you're walking in and I'm not looking at you and
Mhm.
I'm just kinda giving you a quick, "Hey," you know, you should know now, okay, that guy does not need to be bothered. He
Yeah.
clearly like doesn't want to talk, he doesn't need help, and just let him go on your way. But some of
Yeah.
those people, they treat everybody the same way,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
we get lumped into it and I'm like, get the fuck
Yeah.
away from me,
And with the car stuff too, like at dealerships, obviously, like if you're going and looking, you want the extra package, you want this, you want that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't
We
fucking
could do
know.
this, we could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, stop.
So I got to deal with that soon at some point. Not
Yeah,
looking forward to it. I mean, once I get the car or whatever, like obviously I'll be happy. It's just like
yeah.
the process that
Right, of course.
I'm not looking forward to. But other than that, it's Friday.
Yeah, dude, I was
So
gonna say, thank God it is
yeah.
Friday, bro. I mean, it's pretty dope, hopefully get some gaming in or be able to do something other than just slave away at the house, but,
Yeah.
that's the way life is right now. We got the ups
Mhm.
and downs. I will start you with this up, talking about Call of Duty for a little bit. I thought about you when I saw this, bro. So this is coming with season 5,
Mhm.
which I think they put as an announcement for, season 5 that it's gonna be July 25th. They haven't
Okay.
put out a roadmap or anything, but I
Mhm.
believe, have you heard about this? What's coming in season 5?
I saw the wrestling thing, but I didn't
Yeah.
know if it was WWE or not, or if it was like luchadors.
So from what I've read and saw from it, I think like there was 2 or 3 reputable source that put it out. It's gonna be the WWE
Mm.
and Call of Duty collab. I
Yeah.
mean, bro, this is your wheelhouse. This is
Yeah, it
like your
is.
2 favorite worlds
Yeah.
coming together, bro.
I wonder what skins they're gonna add.
Yeah, I did you see the little reveal trailer that they did for it?
I saw like the like 5 second clip or whatever,
Yeah.
like the ring. Like was
Yeah,
that
well,
it that you saw?
yeah, that's what I saw,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Fuck is this?" Like,
Yeah.
I was hoping to see some skins, see
Yeah, yeah.
certain people in there.
I mean, if I had to take a guess, like John Cena's got to be in there because he's retiring next year. I don't know if you've heard about that,
I did, yeah.
but I feel like he's got to be in there. Maybe
Undertaker.
Undertaker's got to be in there. Logan Paul's in there. That would be insane.
That would be crazy, bro.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know
Um,
how heated people would get?
Oh yeah.
People, dude, if Logan Paul was in that WWE pack, there's people out there that for sure would not buy it, you
Yeah.
know,
Or
just
people
solely
would
for
buy
that
it
fact.
so then they can destroy him.
That's true. I mean, dude, I think if I got, slammed by Logan Paul in the game, bro,
Yeah.
I'd turn the game off. I'd be like, dog. Or
Yeah.
can you imagine getting tombstoned by Undertaker?
That would be sick. Yeah, dude,
That
that
would be,
animation would be so slow.
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for this. Like, bro,
Yeah.
can you imagine if Logan Paul's in the game and he's six like a Maverick on you and
Oh
the
yeah.
thing like goes
Yeah.
and kills you?
He does like a frog splash on you to kill you.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Yeah. No, so I think he'll definitely well, Logan Paul, I don't know, but you said The Rock will definitely be in it, I think. John Cena, I think, will be in it. Undertaker, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Or do you think The Rock will be in it?
I don't know, because he's like, I mean, he's in and out, but
Yeah.
who
Roman
knows?
Reigns.
I don't think Roman Reigns will be in it. I think for sure, John Cena will be in it.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't, but who knows? But that is it's cool that they're
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
it's a sick collab. I'm just always happy that they're doing these collabs and they're still keeping them going even in season 5.
Hmm.
Like I thought that they may have, because especially in the beginning of the year, they had so many good ideas and
Hmm.
they've just been able to keep it going.
Yeah.
And they're like always topping each other. Like that's insane that they worked out some deal with Triple H and
Yeah.
the family to be able
Yeah.
to
Right.
do that.
Um. That's yeah. That'll be a fun collab to see.
You think you're gonna buy it or no?
Maybe depending like on the skins and like especially the finishers too. Like if I can get John Cena and his like attitude adjustment finisher on someone, might do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, might do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see more on it as to what they're gonna do, but
Hmm.
if there are some cool skins and then like again the finishers, even though like we've said before, I think the finishers are kind of a gimmick just because you never get to use them.
Yeah.
But if there's something so iconic like that, then
Hmm.
I'd for sure be trying to run around like hiding in corners and shit to be able to do that to somebody,
Yeah,
you know?
because I mean, like I love WWE. Like so, it's if um if I can perform like a finisher off the top rope or something, I'm definitely gonna get
Yeah.
it.
No, that would be so awesome. But I don't know, again, I don't know what they're really gonna do with it.
Hmm.
I hope it's enough. Like they put in maybe I mean, again, they're gonna definitely have one in there, but I'd imagine they're probably gonna do 3 or 4 people. Like I think that'd be
Hmm.
pretty cool. Like probably 3. I don't think they're gonna push it to 4. And then of course
Yeah,
too, I don't know what the price is gonna be. It's probably gonna be 20, $25 or something like that,
yeah, yeah,
you know.
hmm,
And then I have to contest with that.
yeah.
I'm like,
Well, I
do I
mean,
make that purchase?
it's a good collab. I'm glad they're doing stuff like this. So
Yeah, like that's the good part of it. But then again, man, the only thing that sucks is because it's not gonna transfer over. I don't believe,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So
So
sunk
it's just
cost.
gonna like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just gonna live on this
it's
game, and I'm
it's
like, what the
it's
hell?
tough too because like we're going on season 5, second to last season most likely. So it's coming to an end, but obviously they like save the good stuff towards the end. Um, and on top of that, like little sidetrack, I got a fucking grind, dude, for season 5,
Yeah,
and
bro.
I, well, anything's possible.
I'm gonna
It's
actually like
possible.
in the background. I want to load this up because I want to see how many days we have left in the season because I can't remember on Call of Duty what it is.
Yeah, um, I can do it. Anything's possible.
I mean, bro, yeah, you can do it 100% because, like we said last time, I think right now you're 697 somewhere around there, if I'm
I'm
not
close to
mistaken.
700. I basically just round to 700, but um,
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say it like that, yeah, you're
yeah, I'm basically
700.
700. Um, so what? 150 levels, a lot, but definitely can do it.
Oh no, dude,
Get,
that's
get,
a
give me 1 day of double XP where I just sit and grind. That's easily a prestige. That's like
yeah, dude.
that's all I need. I just need 1 day like that.
You could do 50 levels in a day for sure.
Yeah.
You know, dude, I remember. Okay, we talked about it before, bro. Back in the day, dude, we could grind hella levels. Like I remember back when we were playing on like MW2 and stuff. We've mentioned in MW3, dude. There'll be those days from level 1 to level 70 or
Mhm.
level 80. What was it in MW3?
80.
Was it 80?
Yeah.
Dude, doing a prestige a day like that. I mean, that was
Yeah.
the peak time, like being
Yeah.
able to do it. But it was easier because like level 1 to 30 was a joke.
Yeah. It's not a full like full level.
Yeah.
Now it is, but yeah. I mean, again, if they give me some double XP, I'm good. I also have double XP tokens, so that's not like a problem too much, but um, it'll get done. I just again fucking like I don't even have my setup or anything.
Right.
Because I would be playing tonight, but like I don't even have room like
Right.
just for my monitor and like PlayStation. So
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I mean, you're just in like you're in limbo right now.
yeah,
We're trying to get it figured out. Let me see how many days it is.
how many?
11.
Oh shoot,
11 days left.
11 days.
Yep.
Oh, so it's not even
Because it's right now we're
well.
doing this on the 12th. So
Mhm.
then by that time, yeah, that'll be 23rd. But then this is saying with our whole
Ah.
WWE collab, it's coming out 25th.
That makes sense. Like it's probably the season's like over or
Yeah.
something. I'll figure it out.
I
I'll
mean,
figure
bro,
it
if you want to send me some cash, I will gladly
out.
I will do it for you.
uh,
Imagine, bro.
dude, it.
You
I'll
pay
figure it
me to
out.
play.
I'll get like just for the people listening. Like I make it a goddamn mission and goal to always
Hit.
hit the max level for the season. Like we just have to. Like
Yeah.
it's a
And
principle. That's
yeah.
what it is. Like I owe it to you guys regardless to hit it because I mean, we talk about COD every single week. I think you need the reps no matter what through the whole every season. No matter it's a mental battle too. No matter how bored or angry or just like whatever you get, you got to do it.
Yeah, every time we play all these cards, and I think it's probably just unfortunately going to be this way as long as we do this because
Mm-hmm.
I just always want to hit that max level and see it. Like once I hit
Mm-hmm.
850, I didn't play for like 2 days. I was like, we're
Yeah,
done.
it's
You
a
know,
it builds a strong mind.
it does. Dude, you talk my mind was tested, bro. Sometimes when you were gone and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, motherfucker's on a mountain, stupid
yeah,
ass.
dude. Well, dude,
I'm like, he's
that
over this, and I'm like, and I'm sitting here playing solo. I'm like in Dot's
that
house, just losing my mind.
just losing your yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a good COD if you can just grind for hours by yourself,
Yeah.
and it just flies. This COD is it's just like it's not like Cold War though.
No, no,
You
of
know,
course
I
not.
can sit and grind this COD. Like it's definitely a lot easier compared to last year, especially. But like it's not like Cold War. Um,
Yeah, and
the worst was probably Vanguard. Just
oh yeah,
trying to get
oh yeah,
get through the rest of that season
oh
into
dude,
MW2.
yeah, that was terrible. I mean, MW2 people talk so much shit about it, but like that for us at least, like the Vanguard year was so much worse. There just wasn't anything redeeming about it.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I still feel good on this game. Like I still really enjoy it. Obviously, when we get to this point in the season anyway, we pretty much die down and then we restart when the season picks up.
Mhm.
Um, but
When we hit max level,
yeah,
we have
exactly.
like leeway to hit
When we hit max level, like which is usually around this time anyway, with like
Mhm.
week or two
A
left.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's like, what we'll do, we'll go play, and then we'll be like, oh, you want to go play something else?
Yeah.
Like we were playing was it Dead Island.
Hmm.
And you know what I saw that came out, bro, and we have to play this because it's a little nostalgia for us. They put Sniper Elite V2 on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can
Huh.
buy it on here. Yeah. I bought it. It was like $4. I was like,
Oh, there we
"Yup,
go.
sign me up." Yeah, and it plays at 60 FPS. Like the graphics,
Okay.
like they don't look unbelievable, but they just rezzed it up, you know. I think they
Mm.
pretty much just upscaled it. But it's on
Yeah.
PS4, but you can play it on the 5. And
Okay.
I was like loading in, having the music, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is something I need Justin here, but you're on a
Yeah.
fucking mountain, bro." So that'll be our other game to be playing. But No, dude, a lot of these guys, like even the pros, dude, they've all been winding down on this. Like I go on Twitch and
Mhm.
people are just not playing this game as much right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, it's that time of the year, right? Like especially too with champs is coming up, and for the teams that didn't qualify for champs, like they already put in so many hours, so like they're just gonna do something else.
Yeah,
And also that's the other problem about being like competitive fans. Like when the CDL dies down, it's like, oh man, like now we really have to grind without like anything to watch,
right,
which that gets tough when the game's not super fun. Uh, it was really fun for Cold War because just those game like that game was just really fun.
right.
It didn't matter. Like yeah, champs over and you get that slight, you're sad about it. You're like everyone else isn't playing this game anymore, like in the community.
Yeah.
So why am I playing it? But makes it a lot easier when the game's actually fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the other part that you had touched on is I like watching the competitive stuff during the week or the weekend and then go and play.
Mm,
Um, it just makes it more exciting. So to think now that again we have COD Champs, and by the I think it's the week that this is coming out, or no, it's probably already happened, right? Because
yeah,
when COD Champs is well for us, like when we're doing this right now, it's next week.
yeah, next weekend.
Um, yeah, that'll be the last that we ever see anybody play MW3.
And then yeah, this episode will come out following Monday.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Yeah,
2 Mondays.
so we're gonna have a new winner or we're gonna have a new, like, reigning champion
Yeah.
by that point, which is gonna be insane. I can't even like, I was talking to one of our mutual friends about it. He's like, "Dude, I can't believe Champs is, like, coming up soon." I'm like, "I know, bro. I feel like the
Hmm.
season just freaking started, and then
Yeah,
here we are. We're already coming to the end."
it's the format, man. The
I know, dude. It's like
format.
feel like we barely watched any COD, honestly.
Yeah.
You know? It just goes by that fast.
Hmm.
Um,
We'll do a champs like recap of like, well, not just champs, but like this year in
yeah,
general.
for CDL and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of good moments and there was a lot of bad moments. And just
Hmm.
stuff that, like we think obviously with the whole year, what we liked and think they could work on.
Yeah,
Um,
because I
but
know a lot of people have that do listen to this. They wanted just want to talk about like competitive a little bit more. So we like to keep it, again, very casual. So uh, we'll pick those moments to talk about, like strictly competitive.
yeah, I like it, but it's always hard to commentate on it because again, we just like, we don't play
Mhm.
that much. Like, we play a lot, and, like, would say we're good at the game for sure, but it's a different level when you're trying to have this as a profession. I'm
Mhm.
like, "Dude, that's a whole thing. I can't even commentate or, like, really add on to it," you know?
Yeah. Well, and on top, it's not like we're doing an analysis or anything, but like you and I are the type of people that there's a reason why they're professional players and we're not. At the end of the day, they know more than us. So like,
Yeah.
who are we to comment on like this guy did this wrong? Like, nah.
No, exactly. That's, like, the whole point, man.
Yeah,
There's people out there who are former pros, AKA Zuma and The
yeah.
Flank. Like, those guys can
Oh,
actually
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
that stuff in depth because they understand that better than anybody, you
yeah.
know? I don't
Not
care if
that,
you're
yeah, yeah,
Diamond 3.
yeah, exactly. Like, not that our opinions or like other people are like completely irrelevant, but just like in our eyes, like if I want to hear analysis, I want to hear it from like the experts.
Right.
Like sure, our opinions like may slightly matter. We appreciate it, but like if you want like that analysis and in depth talk, like go listen to Zuma, Octane, Aches, Ben, like all those guys, right?
Yeah.
Um, and like that's also why Ben's on the pod. Like I like that he's on that show because he gives our perspective, but
Right.
he just articulates it in a better way.
Yeah. No, you need somebody else, to kinda be like a foil to
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
pro players. I think it helps a lot.
yeah.
And then also too, like, he knows another aspect, like another layer of behind the scenes in
Hmm.
Call of Duty, that's worthwhile and it's good to know. But, yeah, I mean, with with regards to champs, like I said, it's gonna be I think it starts on a Tuesday or maybe a Wednesday.
I think
I can't
Wednesday.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
it would just you go through the whole tournament, and on Sunday I think Sunday is only one
one.
match, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate the chance for. I mean, in general, that's the key, right? The format, it just sucks.
Mhm.
And specifically, I don't like the chance format because you're just extending it an extra day, which means less games per day. Like Wednesday's probably, I mean, in general, like it's only going to be a couple matches per day when COD used to be COD like all day. That's what it should be, after this. Like hopefully they figure out the formatting and stuff, but it would just be hours and hours of COD. It'd be like the whole day. It would be like a baseball games, um, football on Sundays, 1 o'clock all the way till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That's what it used to be. But like imagine buying COD tickets for Wednesday and it's like two matches.
No, well, that's the whole problem. Like, and that's what I've been seeing with just this champs in general. Because I remember we talked about it a while ago. I can't remember if you can buy like a weekend pass or like a champs pass for every day if you have to buy individually. But dude, like, I don't really see any other point. Why wouldn't you just buy any like buy Champ Sunday? Just buy that. If you're
Mm,
gonna buy one ticket, because all the other days, again, you don't know how long they're gonna go. So you could be spending a lot of money on games that just end instantly. And
hmm
if you want to see like the insane moment, well, then just buy that end of the day or that Champ Sunday ticket,
Yeah.
because it's one match. So there's like that variable of length there, and
hmm
it's gonna be like the biggest moment, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. And like I feel like the only other reason why you would buy other days is for whatever team like you're supporting, you're going to watch that day. But yeah, like if you're a new person to competitive and like you don't know where to start, obviously you're just gonna look at Champ Sunday like right away.
Right.
So I don't know. That's like besides the point though, like all that stuff. But prediction. Who do you think's winning? I think
Uh
it's a huge toss up for like I've
yeah, I mean, well, and like that part of it too, right? With how it is right now, the chances of it being anybody other than Phase, Ultra, New York, and Optic are pretty slim. See,
that
so
would be insane.
yeah,
That
could you
would be
imagine? Yeah, can you imagine if one of those teams didn't win?
mhm.
That'd be
Shambles.
LAG just comes out absolutely insane. They win COD champs. That
Yeah.
would be I'd be so pissed. I
Yeah.
would
Like
be so pissed.
what was this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly. I'd be like, bro, those guys were literally terrible all year, and then
And
all of a sudden at champs, everybody
yeah.
just falls asleep.
Mhm.
If I think team gonna win, Phase.
Yeah. I
I
double
think
that.
Phase
I
is
think
gonna.
FaZe is gonna win it.
I think Phase will
Yeah.
win COD champs. Um,
I don't think you can
I
go wrong with honestly like any of the other like teams either.
yeah,
Um I don't know, I just have going with my gut. I just have a feeling that FaZe is due. Close
yeah.
second is Ultra, but I think FaZe is really due for their second win.
Well, it's like a couple of things, right? With Ultra, Ultra for sure can do it. I
Hmm
mean, any of those teams can do it. Ultra definitely can, but Ultra's just got this weird problem right now with the grand finals. Like they struggle at the end.
Yeah.
So it would be cool if they went into the grand finals and they just were absolutely on it on Sunday and they
hmm
pulled through and broke that curse or whatever that they have going on right now.
hmm
Um, I think it'll be very hard for New York to if they did the repeat of what they did where they won Major Four last year and won champs, that would be
Back to back.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be like history writing. I'm
hmm
the Optic people, if they were listening, this is where they pull out their guns and everything. I really
Yeah.
don't think Optic's gonna win.
hmm
Just because of their current form. That's really just
Yeah.
it. I find it very difficult to imagine that team going from where they were last major, which was dead last, to
hmm
all of a sudden turning it around and being like right back at the top. I find that
Yeah.
very hard.
Like yeah. I think the top four will the like the placings overall at champs. It's going to be those top four. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like unless like it happens to Optic again where they get knocked out, like one team like that. I mean, that's just insane. Like what happened with Optic being knocked out right away and
Can you imagine if that
finishing
happens
12th.
again?
Yeah, that's absurd. And obviously, like I don't think that's going to happen.
I
Not
don't
that
think
it
so.
it was a fluke or anything, but they're not going to stand for that. but I'd imagine the top four. It's gonna be FaZe and then the other three somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Um, but also too, like if there is a team, I'm gonna take FaZe the majority of the time if it's one match that day. They're only
Yeah.
playing one game. If there's any team,
Yeah.
I'm most likely gonna take them just because like they they never start off slow usually. Like they're
Yeah.
always just consistent.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. I have this like weird vision. I really want, like I say, I want to see it, but I just have this feeling like seeing Simp be up there and he wins his third ring.
Yeah,
Like I just have this, I don't know, weird feeling.
yeah,
Like I can imagine them just being like, "Simp with his third," you
yeah.
know.
the great,
He, when he
greatest
won
of
in
all
Cold War,
time.
he took his fucking and he took his controller and his headset. He chucked that.
Yeah.
He threw it so far. He's
If
like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
if FaZe wins, that duo of Abizi and Simp are, I mean, they're like the best of all time. Like
Yeah.
three rings together, like they're never gonna break up. Unless it's just no, they're probably just never gonna break up. Like
I
that.
was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
just it's
BZ he has two right now, right?
yeah,
Because
it's the
he was
same
with
as
him.
Simp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
forgot about that United, that he was on the same team with him and Clay.
yeah. So those
Um,
guys, I mean, they they're like par for par basically. So
yeah, I agree, man. I think if FaZe ends up winning COD Champs, Simp and Abizi for sure, they're solidified as the greatest duo ever.
yeah, yeah, it's absurd what they've done. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't think this is like very exaggerated, but I don't think it really matters how Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday go. Like, I don't care if like Ultra or Optic or New York look hot that day. It's Sunday, one match.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
wake up, you could be playing really good, you can be
yeah.
playing really bad.
Yeah. No, dude, for real. That's it's very true. I mean, it's we've said it before, it's so day to day. And we've seen that like I remember people were talking about that with Optic and Major 3. They
Hmm.
didn't look good the other days, but then for whatever reason on Sunday, they just were untouchable. They
Hmm.
looked so good. Their breakfast was great. They slept great. I don't know what it was. It's just everything aligned for that team and they were the best, you
Yep.
know. So that's the one benefit of having champs on Sunday as just one event because it's like,
Yeah.
all right, you wake up, you scrim if you're gonna scrim at
Mhm.
all, or like just get some practice and shoot some bots. I don't even think any team would want to scrim you at that point. So you might just
Yeah. Yeah.
you might just
Probably
be
the
shooting
players that
bots.
are like, we got you. Like
Yeah,
they're really they're just good people
yeah.
who
And then
want
you
you
just
guys
go
win.
and you play for the biggest tournament of your life.
Yeah. That like having one match that day, it does suck for the fans, but that's the most even playing field
Yeah,
possible, like for each team.
yeah.
Like if you chose to have a burger with a ton of mayo on it the day before, you wake up the next morning and you feel
You're
like
like,
shit.
oh, yeah,
That's on
stomach's
you.
bloated. Yeah,
That's on
it's
you,
like, bro,
man.
you should have just been eating straight salads, dog.
Yeah, yeah. Like, or you eat like a super heavy breakfast.
Yeah. Nah, oatmeal only, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta be
So,
locked in.
but we'll see if we're right.
Yeah, I mean, again, who knows?
Yeah.
25% chance we're right,
Oh yeah, exactly.
you know?
Um, it is like does suck that our boys in the breach aren't there, but it's like we don't care who wins.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have
Mm.
any horse in this race anymore.
Mm.
Especially with the whole year anyway being the way it was.
Yeah.
The chances, even if they were gonna be going to champs, would probably play pretty slim. It's just like
Yeah.
the case right now with LAG and Miami. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, they're in champs, but are they gonna win? Barring a freaking miracle, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And we could talk about mentioning Breach before we go to some other stuff relating. Today, Breach did put out a bunch of announcements. I'm sure everybody's already heard about it or seen it. But if
Yeah.
you
By the time
haven't,
this is out.
yeah,
Yeah.
they pretty much cleaned house. Besides Snoopy,
Yeah.
they made an announcement releasing Priesta, releasing Beans, and releasing Major Maniac, and then also Pentagram. Um, this was no shock.
Yeah.
This was just expected.
Hmm.
It always comes as a shock to see it actually happen, you know, when you
Yeah,
see the text.
like I know when you and I saw it, and I mean, again, like
Yeah, I texted you. I was
weren't
like,
yeah,
"Boom."
we weren't shocked completely. It's just seeing it happen, like it does suck. But at the end of the day, we knew this was going to happen. A change was going to happen. I think you and I are pretty much knew that Snoopy like is going to be on the roster because they're invested in him for like the right reasons. I think they just need to figure out like another game plan, new strategy around it.
Yep.
But I know there's probably like an opinion that a lot of people don't like, but I do appreciate that Breach has always been an org that like lets go of players, just lets them go so then they can go figure stuff out. Um, I know it sucks letting go of players, but for the players' benefit, that's best for them to be out of that org as fast as possible so then they can work, their business. So they can figure out like their future.
Right.
That would just suck if you're like in limbo of am I gonna be on the team? Am I not? We had a bad year. They're gonna hold me for like an extra month. And that when that month passes, like you have no idea what people are doing, like teams could have been formed or, like whatever.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Because we haven't even gone to champs yet at the time of doing this, and they've already got their notice. Same can be said too for Clay on Carolina. Which side note, that's surprising too that they haven't gotten rid of anybody else on that team. I think that's kind of crazy. If
Mm-hmm.
they really like, that's the only guy that they're going to get rid of. Um, but that's besides the point. Um, they did do a good job of just letting him go and giving him his notice, and then same thing
Mm-hmm.
with all these guys too. Because
Mm-hmm.
if they do want to team up sometime in the future, now they all are free agents and they can text each other and be like, "Hey, you want a team?" And they're like, "No, I don't," or like, "Yeah, like I'm down. We want to go as a duo somewhere."
Mm-hmm.
And figure it out. Instead of what happens a lot of times is COD Champs happens and then it's radio silence for months. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it's like one little raindrop. It's like, rumor has it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. And speaking part of the Clay thing too is like I'm sure Clay in his contract or whatever is like if you guys don't want me, you need to get rid of me ASAP. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna hold on to me like as long as you can, and then just you know screw me at the end, right?
Right.
Um, especially like he's a vet. Like I think a lot of these veteran players would much rather be dropped right away, and they've earned it to be dropped as soon as possible if they know that they're not gonna be playing. So then
Yeah.
they can go figure out like are we gonna be a duo, are we gonna be a trio, whatever, right? Um, so yeah, I'm glad Breach did right by the players for the most part. I feel bad. Sucks that they just had to get rid of like everyone um, because it just didn't work this year, right? Like, feel bad for Beans especially because that dude helped out like last year, tough situation. Came into this year again, not in the best situation, and he fried, and then it just didn't work out.
Dude, I think Beans, he needs to be on a team in the CDL.
Hmm.
Um, Honestly, for the future. I mean, that guy, every time he's played in the league so far, he's pretty much shown that he can hang and that he's like a really valuable asset to like, I mean, obviously he's just played for the breach, but dude, every time he's been on the breach, he's done really well. Like when he
Yeah.
came in again under really tough circumstances, like you just said, he still did great, you
Hmm.
know.
He,
I was
he just
honestly
needs.
surprised they got rid of him.
Yeah, he just needs again. I mean, this is every team, right? You just need the right players around you. Like
Right.
once you find the right players, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm pretty confident that Beans will be in the league again, especially after this year. Um, but yeah, and then I hope Priest finds the team too, because I mean I hope all those guys do eventually. It's just like man, like the on paper what Breach was doing just made sense. It just didn't click that way.
Yeah. It
So
just didn't happen. Yeah, and then we can't go without saying too with Pentagram.
mm,
He announced his retirement from COD, or pretty much just saying that he's done competing. Which that was really sad too.
mhm.
That guy, like, has been grinding COD for so long, and he finally got his chance, and it didn't work out the way, I'm sure he was hoping for and everybody else was. And now that he got dropped, he's just like, "Nah, I'm done." Like
Yeah,
it's not worth it anymore.
that's
Um, that sucks.
yeah, it sucks. It's unfortunate. Like it's just because life gets in the way too. Like he's a new dad.
Yeah.
Like Ka, if you're new to this, like you'll see, oh, these players like retire very young. Like I'm talking our age,
Yeah.
like or whatever. And like if you're older than 25, like you're ancient in COD. Um, but it's life just gets in the way, and like if you're it's not sustainable. Even I'll say like if you're on a top tier team like Optic, Phase, Ultra, New York, it's not guaranteed. Like you just never know. It's it's hard. So it sucks seeing him go on like such a low. Especially like he did get his chance, and I'm glad he got his chance on Breach. It just sucks that it didn't work. Probably because he didn't have like the right players around him. He
Yeah.
just didn't fit into that system. Um, but I'm sure he's gonna do great at whatever he does next. Like whatever he finds. I'm sure that was a tough decision for him, like deciding whether do I keep doing my passion, what I've been doing like all these years, um, or I have to hang it up and support the family, which tough decision.
Yeah, and like, you were just mentioning, it's tough when you have a family and stuff, but you got to go and do that. And even when you're just young too. I mean, man, I look at a lot of these people who are in challengers, like, people maybe don't know what challengers is, just being like the amateur leagues in Call of Duty. I look at a lot of these guys in challengers, and it's amazing to me how these guys can keep doing this, especially people who they have to pay bills and they've got other like responsibilities, because the opportunity for you to play in the league right now is so slim, because there's so many players who are just they're never going to leave the league, and some rightfully so, and some of them it's like there could be other people who could take these spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's right now with how the league is, it's kind of like just luck of the draw. Like obviously you got to be performing at a high level, then you get your shot, and I do agree like what Scrap said and like draws are like you just grind, right? You have to grind regardless and work really hard, and you'll get your shot. But when you get your shot, like you have to kill it. Doesn't
Right.
matter what you're probably going to be on a lower tier team, but that doesn't matter. Like you have to fry when you get in,
Right.
because again, it's your job. But it's just hard right now because like there isn't infrastructure like around it. Like when you're getting to like our age, not that like we're old or anything, but the older you get like other responsibilities that you just gotta deal with,
Yeah.
and they might not even be that big, but like when you're 18 and just grinding out COD, like you don't really have like other shit you got to do. Maybe you got like a part time job afterwards or whatever.
Right.
But other than that, like you can just grind away. But after every year, like they're just a come. There will be a point where like you got to make like that decision and call. Um, and some of these guys too, like it's just tough because they don't have a fallback or anything, because they didn't go to college or whatever, or they didn't go and get experience at like another job or something because they're grinding out COD because that's what they want to do, which I do respect. Like you got to go all in, especially on this. It's
Yeah.
just
Absolutely, you do.
especially how the league is now. Like I'm a big proponent of like back in the day you could go to college and do this. Nowadays, honestly, I don't think you can go to college and do this. Like for the one if you really really want to make it into the league. I know there's college amateur teams and stuff. I think it will go that route eventually, but it's just like COD just doesn't have that infrastructure right now, and that's like a whole nother conversation that I think Ben would have a pretty good perspective on.
Yeah.
But COD's just not like there right now. So
Yeah. And to your point about it, it was funny. I just saw a whole level. I saw a whole thing on this. It was with Lewis Hamilton, and this guy Valentino Rossi, who are like he's the best motorcycle rider ever, and Lewis is the greatest, F1 driver. Or he's in there at least. And they were talking about when they started, they're like, oh, the guys who were rookies then and how they acted is way different than the people who are like the rookies now, you know, like meaning just on all levels, like they're way more aggressive, they're faster, they're, etc. Like a whole bunch of things. And I would say a lot of that is, I think it's probably the same in Call of Duty. There's a guys out there who put in way more time now and way more effort into the intricacies of playing
Hmm.
and on the big stuff too, being better. That I think AMs now, or like amateurs turning pros now, are way better than they were like probably 5, 6 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a different game.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've heard about guys like mainly too, like Zuma and Slasher. Both of them. I don't know if Zuma finished college. I'm pretty sure Slasher did while
Yeah.
they were competing. Um, but yeah, can you do that in 2024, 2025? Can you be a full-time college student and putting in the same amount of time to play? I agree with you. I don't
Yeah.
think you can.
It's very
Or it's
very
very
hard.
difficult. It's very
Very hard.
difficult.
Yeah. Because like Ghosty, I don't know if he's finished his degree, but I know like he was taking
Oh yeah, he
classes.
was. Yeah.
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 I don't know if he's on pause on that, like, or
Yeah.
anything, but it's just very, very hard now. And like
Yeah.
in any sport, the newer kids are always going to be way better. I
Mhm.
mean, that's what you want, right? In the sport, like you want the best of the best. Like every generation, they're always going to get better.
Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting to see. It just sucks like seeing some of these guys like they just have to call it because the infrastructure isn't there.
Yeah.
So they they just have to do something else because of life, you know?
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, like closing on that whole thing, like, dude, that's why we just need more teams. Like, if we had
Yep.
more teams, I doubt Pentagram would be retiring. There'd be a lot of people that have like, there's always these guys like Parasite on the flank. He's always going off about certain people that should be in the league, and he's probably right. And I'm sure like Scrap's the same thing too. There's guys that he played with that they just never got their shot in the league, and he thinks it's insane.
Mhm.
And I mean, dude, if there was an extra 2, 3, 4 teams that were in the league, I mean, what would that be? Yeah, 16 players. If you had four more teams, I mean, dude, that's
Mhm.
a lot of people that they could
Yeah.
throw in that would make it, there may be a
Mhm.
more competition. Um,
Mhm.
but just giving these guys a shot. So it's like, okay, you can really see if you're, you know, a worthy player instead of always living in the land of what if.
Yeah, and I do think going into next year, I hope they consider like something like that, especially they drop the the 25 mil entry fee.
Right. Right.
um,
Exactly.
'Cause I like what I think just high level what they could do is like keep the 12 teams, the top 12 teams that they have right now, right?
Right.
Those are your pro teams, and then put in. They used to have like top 30. If you're top 32, you're considered like pro. Keep the 12 teams, those teams, and you're in like the CDL officially, and then from 13 to uh 36, those are all teams fighting to get into that 12 spot. Like if they
Right.
could figure out a four, I mean, obviously, I think there's enough players to where like 36 teams is possible because I mean there were 32 back in the day, right? Like just random pool play teams coming, but there's
Right.
enough interest in COD where there could be 36 teams, and there's plenty of smart people enough to figure out a way of all right, these are the top 12 teams, they will qualify for like the major or whatever, but from teams 13 to 36, they have the opportunity to jump into that 12th spot or whatever,
Right. Right. Right.
which is that is what they did back in the day, technically with like pool play and stuff. But I just really hope they do something like that because again, the more COD, the better, and COD should be like all day. It should be an all day like activity.
Yeah.
you know,
Like, bro, I want to wake up, have my coffee, and be seeing COD, and then making dinner and still watching it. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
just twenty
I
four
mean,
seven.
yeah, that's all other sports.
Yeah. I want good competition. No
Yeah,
fucking, no cheating bullshit.
yeah.
None of that
So
nonsense.
I'm sure going to next year, the format they're gonna adjust it. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it'll be something to look at.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's just always like, with all this stuff, there's always improvements that they can be making, and I'm
Mhm.
sure they'd have their PR person. We're constantly working on trying to make improvements. It's like, yeah, okay, but you want to see
Yeah,
it. That's really
yeah,
what at the end of the day, it's like I know you're like that too. I don't really give a shit about people saying stuff. I'm like,
mhm.
show me. Like, show
Yeah,
me, whatever. If you're like apologizing or if you're like, we're working on
mhm.
stuff, I'm like, okay, well, show me it instead, and then I'll
Yeah,
believe you, you know?
yeah. Because like
Um,
the assumption is like you're already working on it. Like you don't need to
right.
tell me that you're working on it. The
Right,
expectation is
right,
that like we know that you're working on it.
right.
We don't need you to tell us that.
Well,
Just show us.
yeah, well, I was gonna say, man, like something that I saw too, and I'm sure you did, was this person that was caught cheating in this World Series Warzone
Yeah,
last chance qualifier. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's
yeah.
my whole point about what we're saying. It's like, dude, this guy was able to be at the biggest Warzone tournament on planet Earth, and he was cheating, and
Mhm.
they didn't catch him. You
Yeah,
know?
and
Like, he
look
didn't
at
even
all.
qualify, but,
Yeah.
like, still, I'm like, "It's the principle." I'm like, "Dog, you're telling me they're all active, we ban all these people all the time, we do all
Mhm.
this, we're always actively doing." I'm like, "Brother,
Yeah,
your biggest of like, maybe they were just like, 'Oh, no one would cheat at our biggest event, that'd be so
yeah,
stupid.'" I'm like, "Well, they did."
bro. Kids are stupid. I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
whatever, right? Like it's huge event. It's online, and that person just robbed a bunch of other people out of that opportunity just because he wanted to cheat.
I
And
don't know what's more pathetic, the fact that that guy thought that he could do that or the fact that Activision couldn't stop that.
yeah, like if there's a big tournament like this, you need like a fucking like SWAT team on every single
I
person like
every
competing
computer.
in this.
Yeah, seriously.
Like there's got to be an individual person assigned to like each team, like monitoring everything.
I
Uh,
I totally think
because
so.
again, if it's online, you just there's always a chance. If there's a slight chance, you need to like take the right protocols. This is on land, you're gonna have the right protocols. Still, like, yeah, it's less likely people are gonna cheat, but I guarantee you they would have, referees and stuff like out there monitoring.
Yeah,
And the
and people
fact that
being able
it's
to check PCs and check when they're putting
yeah,
stuff in.
like it's online, yeah, so it's harder remotely, but they have the capability to do that. Like they could figure it out, like
Yeah.
it's but yeah, feels bad for like the guys that got screwed over just because some dude thought, "Oh, I can get away with this."
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I think it's a bad look, obviously, for Activision, and just for like the whole like competitive scene. I think
Mhm.
it kind of extends beyond that. Thankfully, in at least like what we've seen right now in the CDL, I don't think there has ever been a case of somebody cheating that's been
Jimbo.
caught. Well, yeah, I was gonna say
Mhm.
because was he in the pros when he was cheating, or was he in the like? Is that just kind of assumed because he was caught as an am?
Mhm. Well,
But
I
I
mean,
can't
he
remember.
was caught at a tournament and like, yeah, he did get a chance in the league, got cooked. But the fact that he
Right,
cheated his way into the league is like that's
right.
a thing.
So yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He took
so
away
he's
someone's
the
opportunity.
right. So yeah, exactly. So he's like one example of it, and then here's this other guy too
Mhm.
trying to sneak on through.
Yeah.
Uh, just kind of bullshitting everybody, cheating.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
like I'll add too, like these guys cheating, it's not like they're like they are trash because they're cheating, but like they can play, you know? But
yeah,
if you give Simp like walls, he's already an insane player. He's gonna be even better. You
right,
know? That's a case with like I'm not gonna say all these guys, but like Jimbo. Like that guy can play, but he needed that extra boost of, oh, let me cheat. So then I
right.
can make my way into the league. And then now he's in the league, but now he's like a, you know, bottom tier like player, right?
Yeah.
But he can hang and he can still shoot back and stuff. It's not like they're complete trash, but they think, oh, let me go cheat so that I can get into this league. Um,
Dude, if you're
ridiculous.
doing that stuff, I just have 0 sympathy for those people. I don't
Oh
care if they're
yeah.
the greatest people in the world. I
Yeah.
think you're a straight
Yeah.
scumbag. If
I
you're
see
gonna
it
cheat
as
in any game or anything,
yeah.
like, grow up.
I see it as like you lost faith in yourself, so you gave up. You straight up just gave up. So you need to cheat.
And you're insecure.
Yeah,
Like, bro,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's awful.
It's like a mockery of like esports too, because like
Yeah,
obviously it's the easiest to cheat in like esports versus like
right.
other. It happens to other sports, but you know, like esports is already looked at by the common person of like what the hell is this? And then you see like these
Right.
guys cheating, whatever. It doesn't help the case. It doesn't make the scene look professional.
Yeah.
And some might argue it doesn't need to be professional. Yeah, it does if it wants to be like huge.
So, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. If it wants to grow and like sustain over time, yeah, it needs to be professional.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and having stuff like this definitely does not help with somebody just going moseying their way through the tournament up to
Mhm,
that point and Activision didn't know about it. Yeah, it was a really bad look.
mhm,
I was surprised. I would say I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised just because like I'm sure people playing too or people listening right now, like they know, dude, I went and tried to play a little bit of ranked, bro. It's bad.
mhm.
Like it's like there's a lot of people in there that hack, like a lot
Yeah.
at every
That
level,
I
you
just
know?
see that just makes me feel like worse about society.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know, you know what I mean? I'm like,
There's so many people out here who just have
yeah,
lost faith in themselves and
dude,
don't
it's
give a
like,
shit.
what the fuck happened? Because the cheaters back in the day for us were like people that, oh, let's put on like super jump or like something like
Mhm.
that. Obviously the
Yeah.
aimbot people, but like now
Yeah.
it's like I'm not cheating. Like I swear, I'm really not cheating, and they're trying to justify to themselves that they're really good players. When
Yeah.
I swear, back in the day when people would cheat, it's like out of a joke. Not that like that's okay or anything, but you know, when I load into the lobby and you like super jump, I'm like, whoa, okay, this is kind of
Yeah.
cool. Then tensions aren't bad. Then tensions
It was
for
more
all this stuff, like it is.
or it was more like the intentions were either they're trying to like screw with people and joke around, or it was just very obvious,
Yeah,
like it was, and they weren't going to be people to be hiding it, Now
yeah.
like what you get with these people in ranked, they play like they're purposefully playing to try to make it seem like they're not fully hacking,
Hmm.
even though it's still very obvious. And those are the smart ones who like try to play it off, you
Yeah.
know. And then you call them out, and they're like, dude, just get good. I'm not hacking. I'm like, bro, trust me. I know if I'm getting cooked because I'm just bad. Like, dude, I've
Mhm.
been doing it long enough. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty obvious. You can tell if someone's hacking or not. Or you're like, wow, I'm just getting slammed.
Yeah.
Like this guy's really good.
Mhm.
You know, they're like, no, no, dude, I'm not.
Yeah.
Go fuck
See, that's what
yourself.
makes it worse. Like you just
Look at you snapping like that.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
even pretend. I'm like, and there's a controller next to you, like to your name. I don't
Yeah.
think so, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like you just don't
It,
know. Man, people
no,
got
you
no
don't.
principle anymore, man.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
has no respect.
Yeah. I mean, again, I just I don't know. I don't know how many people actually hack in games or have hacked. I wish there was a percentage of that. People who have downloaded hacks or downloaded
Mhm.
cheats to a game.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
right hand to God, bro. I've never done that. Never.
Yeah. I've never done that either. I don't
The
even
only thing I the only thing I've done is I've on Fallout 4, I've downloaded mods. That's
mm,
it. That's that's the
I think
extent. And
like
that's in the game.
oh, I know you do you have a DS? I don't think you didn't have a DS, right? Well,
No,
they
I didn't have a
sold this thing
DS.
called Action Replay. I'm sure I'm probably unlocking a lot of memories for some people. Action Replay it is like a thing that mods your game, so you can buy
Oh,
it
yeah.
in stores, and you just plug
Oh,
your
hell
game
yeah.
in, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's for single player games. So like people used it for Pokemon, so then I could like walk through walls or whatever, so I can just skip a whole map instead of going all the way around. Or you get like unlimited master balls or whatever. So
Damn,
that
I never heard of this.
and GTA. I did some GTA glitches and mods for like money or whatever. But again, those are things where I'm not impacting anyone. You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
what about the obvious one too, bro? Like, remember back in the day, those books that you would get from the Scholastic Book Fair, the cheat code books?
oh yeah, but like, see,
Yeah.
this is the thing though. I don't
But
even
tho
like they're not considered cheats if it's, you know what I mean? Like they're built
Well,
into the
because you're
game.
not playing against anybody, that's the problem.
Well,
Like, you play,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ATV Off-Road Fury, and I
Mhm.
remember there's this
Yeah,
cheats like, "I give up." You type in, "I give up,"
yeah.
and it's like, "Okay, you unlocked everything."
But
But it's single
yeah,
player.
I see that as like an Easter egg though, because it's built into the game.
True.
Like walls and auto aim are not built into the game.
Bro,
Like
can
you
you imagine
know,
the devs? Well, we wanted a sneaky little feature in there
yeah,
that you could
yeah,
download
yeah.
aimbot.
Again,
Not happening.
I can't believe like people just spend their like the malicious hacks. Like the first time I ever encountered that was MW3. When I loaded into a game, black screen kicked me out. I was rank 1
Yeah.
and I was fucking
Yeah, fucking
livid.
fuming. Yeah.
I lost everything. That was
Yeah.
my whole world.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's crazy what people like what you can do. And
It is.
it's again, just no matter how much time has gone on, it's still amazing that people still do this and attempt to try to get away with it and think that, oh man, I'm not gonna get caught. Like I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna be sneaky with this. Like I did X, Y, and Z. It's like, bro, do you know how many people have thought that before you? And they
Mhm.
all end up in the same place.
Yeah.
Like you're not that guy. You're not that smart.
Yeah.
And then here this guy goes and gets caught and he's getting absolutely flame broiled on Twitter. He's pretty much gonna have to get. He's gonna be shadow banned from like forever playing with anybody.
Mhm.
And it's like, was it worth it, bro?
Mhm.
Like all this work, and like putting up the facade of you cheating, and now you're pretty much gonna never play this game ever again competitively.
Yeah.
And pretty much after that, any game, because any game you go to, people are gonna be like, that
Yep.
guy, he played on COD and he was cheating. I don't know if he can go and play, I don't
Mhm.
know. Kit Cannon, bro.
Dude, yeah,
Unlock
like it's it's ridiculous. Like
he's
who
gonna
do
be
you think
cheating
you
at wheel.
yeah. Who do you think you are? Like you think you can get away, but everyone
Yeah,
else didn't get away, but you think
yeah,
you can get away.
yeah,
It
yeah,
it, it
yeah.
always catches up.
The ego.
You'll always you'll always get caught.
Yeah.
It'll come out.
Mic dropped.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Hey, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, man, I mean, other than saying that, yeah, tell people don't cheat. Did you have anything else you wanted to add? 'Cause I think we pretty much covered everything we wanted to.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like again, season 5 is going to be coming out soon. I got to grind a lot. Black Ops.
Yep.
I'm sure we're going to hear more about Black Ops 6 like next couple weeks, month or so. Like it's just going to be part of the rollout. So
Yeah.
we'll be covering all that stuff.
Well, and more than likely too, when we record next time, I don't know if season 5 will be out yet. I don't think so, but we'll definitely have the roadmap at the very least, if not talking about it and playing it already. And
Mhm.
then when we have in our champs things too. So we'll see if Atlanta FaZe be the team that ends up walking away with the 2024 CDL COD Champs.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think so,
yeah,
but we'll see.
I do
So
too,
we'll have all that stuff. That's gonna be nuts, bro. If we were right, we're so smart. We know the game so well.
dude. I know.
Dude,
Just
we're
know
fucking
everything. Yeah,
geniuses, bro.
I know. Like, and the Boston Breach will be next year's champion.
Yeah, exactly. Boston, the
Yeah,
2025 CDL
yeah,
champions.
dude. As Ake says, uh, we're just
Never
early.
wrong. Yep, never
Just
wrong, just early.
yep. I can't believe you
But
came up with that. That's such a so trolly, but so right.
yeah, I know, right? And that's
It just works.
he built like an infinite loop. Like it's
Yeah,
just always an escape. Because if
yeah,
Toronto, like really quick, Toronto loses this champs,
mhm.
he's gonna be like, they're gonna be your
Yeah,
2025 CD. He's like,
yeah,
I'm miscalibrated, you know. He's like, they
yeah.
couldn't quite do it this year, but next year they got it.
See, this is like the one year where like he has a pretty good chance of being right.
Hmm.
I mean, like again, we got
He totally does.
25% chance because the other team. Let's just be honest, they're most likely irrelevant. So
Yeah. I mean, you hate to call a spade a
yeah,
spade. It's true. I mean, again, I don't see the world where all those teams. I could see some of them like cracking into the like sneaking up to fifth. I mean,
hmm
obviously like one of
yeah,
those teams, but I think there's a team like maybe like an LAG or a Miami, like they could have a good run.
hmm
Uh, amongst 8 other teams, but
Yeah,
I don't see any of those teams, barring a complete disaster, like, which again, I think Optic is the only team that I could see just really struggling. But even to your point we said earlier in the episode, I don't see that happening. I think if anything, like, the worst Optic will do is 4th, you know,
yeah, yeah. I mean, those guys, they're probably more mad than like actual fans. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think they'll let that happen. So
no.
again,
But we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think covered
I
everything.
think that's it, bro. I
Yeah.
think we're good.
So if you're on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We did hit 100 subs, so let's keep
Thank you,
that
thank you.
going up. Yeah, we appreciate that. We're on
We want
Anchor.fm.
100,000.
Oh yeah, 100,000, dude. If we got 100,000, like a plaque,
Oh my god, bro.
we got to
One
run
day.
out of
One day.
studio.
Yeah. We'll have
um,
a studio by that point.
oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, go on anchor.fm/the COD Casuals. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify or watching on Spotify, make sure to comment, because they added like a new feature where you can like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
comment on episodes, which I think is really cool. So
Yeah, it was
definitely
dope.
go do that, because I look at them like all the time. So definitely do that. We're also on Instagram, Reels / like TikTok. We cut everything up, so if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, they'll be posted there. And yeah, thank you everyone. This has been episode 179 of the COD Casuals. We're your host Justin,
And I'm Mike.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.